Hi, Adrian. Thank you for joining us today. How are you?
Yeah, very good. My pleasure. Thank you very much indeed for inviting us.
No worries at all. How long have you been at Barrett's and what do you do there?
I've been with the business 12 years and broadly my job is just to try and facilitate a relationship with the people like yourselves that allow our customers to buy our homes.
It's been super busy since the market reopened in May, but how has it been for you as a house builder specifically?
All our sales offices are open. We're back constructing on as many sites as we possibly can, as quickly as we can. And, you know, we've seen really an extraordinary amount of interest. Demand is well in excess of what it was certainly this time last year. We've had to do a lot of work redesigning construction sites to allow construction with social distancing. We've redesigned sales offices so that both our staff and customers can work and come in there in safety. Part of it's pent-up demand, but I think it's now been going on long enough to show that, you know, there's very much still an underlying desire in the UK for people to own their own homes, which is great.
So one of the questions on brokers' lips may be a bit worried, are we going to run out of stock? Is that going to happen? Do you foresee that?
It's a nice problem to have, I guess, isn't it? So you know, clearly sales and demand are very strong. What we have been doing is working with local communities and councils to get permission to build in the evenings, at weekends, so we can accelerate the pace of construction. Right. When we first went back, from memory, I think we were around about 40% of trades were on site because it was the first time we'd ever built with social distancing rules, but we've increased that sort of month on month as we've been through this process. So I don't think we're going to run out of homes to sell to our customers.
So it's interesting, in the broker world, there's obviously lots of talk of aggregators and being able to get your mortgage online without actually having to see anyone. From a customer perspective, are you seeing customers going for the sale and making offers based on virtual tours and not seeing the property?
I think I don't know. Would you buy a home without having laid eyes on it physically?
Personally, no, and personally also, I don't think I'd take a mortgage out if I didn't get to speak to a broker.
No. And I think I'm the same. But I think what we've got to be careful of is you know, putting our own traits onto our customers. You know, customers, we should be offering our customers the choice of how they want to transact. I think mostly people want to, because it's not just a floor plan or a walkthrough. It's the feel of the site. It's a, you know, sense of arrival when you drive down the road and what you think it's going to look like as a buyer. You know, bringing up your family in that community on that site. So I think most people still want to come and have a look at our home. So I think the option is there for them to transact remotely, and I think what we're seeing is a sort of combination of both of those depending on individual customer. I think our job is to allow customers to transact with us in a manner of their choosing.
What do you think the role is for specialist lenders in the new build market?
I don't think we're naive enough to think that having just moved into recession that the market's necessarily going to be like this forever. So, you know, there will be more people that encounter difficulties with payments, that have, you know, minor blips, hopefully, in their credit profile. I think we'll see more companies restructuring. So, you know, more redundancies, more people seeking different types of jobs. And I think coming out of recession, you often see it's the catalyst for new businesses setting up. So people, you know, are sort of pushed into a position where they possibly do what they've always wanted to do and set up their own business and work for themselves. So that feels to me that it fits very much into a specialist lenders category, and I think those are the areas clearly you could support.
Last question really is around the future. So really buoyant market at the moment. What's going to happen in the future? So
we think that customers being able to buy property with a 5% deposit is a really important part of the vibrant housing market. So high loan to values are important. Clearly at the moment, that's heading pretty quickly in the opposite direction. And that question is obviously difficult if we're going to go into any sort of recession. But there are artificial mechanisms such as mortgage indemnity, third-party funding schemes like market mortgage that can support lenders to take some of the risk of high loan-to-value lending. We think it's an opportunity for shared ownership. And you know, I think there's as I mentioned, big role for specialist lenders, big role for brokers in intermediated advice in trying to help us create opportunities for customers to buy by putting them in a position to get a mortgage, possibly for cross-generational funding. You know, how can parents support their children to get the hell out of the house, because I've got one just across the way there. So I think it's clunky at the moment. It just feels too difficult. So I think anybody that can turn that into a process that works and customers can easily understand, that there's clearly a big market opportunity there.